these two giants. Na'Vi will be expected to win this best of 2. I don't think there's any doubts about that one. Definitely favourites, but Gamers2 could put on a show here. Guardian picks up the first one. There is Edward jumping up, looking down to underpass, does get himself a cheeky headshot onto Mouse. And then well, I was about to say that the Glock train could come into A station, but it was a clear-cut round for Na'Vi. In fact, I don't think they lost a single player. No, they didn't. Not a single frag was picked up that day from Gamers2. This was Na'Vi's choice of map, Mully. And Gamers2's choice is Overpass, which will be second map. Who do I predict to win? I think Na'Vi will win this. Oh my god, Guardian just picked himself up 4! It is an eco bash, but still, he pretty much just held down his trigger and everyone ran into his sights. A quick quad for him. And Guardian already has himself 7 frags in 2 rounds with 1 assist. Well then, that just happened. It was an eco from Gamers2, who will be looking to buy in the next round, but I think they're a bit shell-shocked. Just kind of walked into mid, no flashes, no smokes, no nothing, and they got punished. Here's the MP7. And this is going to be Lambs to the Slaughter once again. Na'Vi have picked themselves up another round, and the first death, everyone report Flamey. Scrub, he dies. The first death on Na'Vi goes to Flamey. I'm of course kidding. And Mihu is the guy that picks that one up. They're always a team that I struggle with pronunciation because I'm a scrubby Englishman, so obviously trying to pronounce Polish names is nearly impossible. I always get told that I'm pronouncing Mihu wrong, and then I get Polish people telling me I'm pronouncing it right, and the same with Sparrow as well. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Grenades come through. Seeds gets that one pretty much on his forehead. He's down to 49 HP. That's a pretty nice start from Gamers2, but the information is given across to the rest of the CT, so Guardian does move his way into position. And Gamers2 realise there's probably not too much chance that we're going to get ourselves in, so we'll pull ourselves back instead. And other than that early confrontation with the grenades, not a great deal's happened. There has been a silence that has fallen on the battlefield. Sparrow 17 seized, still on 49 after that previous grenade. Nico, it's good for me and I'm Polish. Awesome, then I'll keep saying it that way. Thank you for the feedback, guys. Now Gamers2, they're not doing a great deal this round. They're kind of stalling it out, and they don't have a whole bunch of smokes to play with. Only 1 left on the battlefield, and Na'Vi are making the most of this one. This was a buy-up round from Gamers2. And if Na'Vi were to win this round without losing a player, Gamers2 are already on the back foot, up against the ropes. Flamey on CT side. How are the T shaping up? They got 8 seconds, and it looks as though they're going to just save these weapons right here. Realising there's not enough time, realising there's not enough manpower to follow up with those weapons, and saving them for a rainy day. And that is the smart play, but this is already looking pretty ominous for them, because it's almost like they tried the B push, they threw the grenades out, and they went, well, this isn't working, so we'll just pull back and hope for a pick. Problem is, Na'Vi are a very disciplined bunch of players. Extremely disciplined bunch of players. They are known for being very slow on T-sides, and they can sit in positions all day long. They're happy to do that. So Gamers2 are playing right into Na'Vi's playstyle here. I hope the Gamers2 do start to shift through the gears going through on this T side, otherwise it can quickly get out of control for them. They have brought together a few weapons. That's a beautiful pop flash, and Flamey comes in and gets himself 2. Guardian got himself 2, and Zeus with 1. So sharing around the frags, and that was another buy-up round. Gamers2 already find themselves 5-0 behind. Could be setting up for a fast push here. Nope, they got full smokes. This is going to be a set play, a set piece onto A, and then they're going to rush out, guns are blazing. You're expecting to see a smoke on CT spawn, smoke on stairs. This is very standard for Ts, and now they're just going to go all in. Grenades are coming through from CTs who realise what's going to happen right here. Grenades do connect on. There's the Molotov as well. Mini's running through with 5 HP. He's got a Tech 9, but he just gets sprayed down. Very easily done from the CTs, and now The terrorists have made some headway. They do pick themselves up too. Guardian with 2 fast shots with the AWP. Bomb has been planted from Innocent. This is not a desirable position to be in. I definitely don't envy him. Bomb getting defused. He does peek around the corner and gets taken out. But they do get a plant for their troubles, and that's not the worst situation. They did also pick up themselves 2 frags. So I suppose job done in that sense. And have plenty of money to play with. The problem as well is the way that Na'Vi have been going here. They've only lost 3 players in 6 rounds. 3 frags in 6 rounds is pretty poor from Gamers2. So even if they were to win a round here, they reset the round loss bonus, and then there's every chance that they won't keep that momentum going on. So it's a case of getting momentum now for Gamers2. 1 round isn't enough. They have to put 2 or 3 together. And the way Na'Vi have been playing, that's not likely. Guardian does pop down and try and get a quick pick into tunnels, but he just gets punished from the AWP work of Maniz. He's now going into apps. So the top fragger on the server is momentarily silenced on the battlefield. Oh, so nearly connected from Maniz. You can see him knifing maybe out of frustration there that he didn't finalise that frag. Meanwhile, across the board, Zeus gets himself an AWP frag. So there's 2 AWPs on the side of Na'Vi. Oh, the spray through the wooden panels from Seized. All of them hit on Sparrow. And he goes down. And that is just purely timing based. Sparrow had no idea what hit him. 1 minute he was alive, the next he was dead. In the blink of an eye. And that turns the round on the head once again for Na'Vi. Remember, they lost the first player in this round. It was Guardian who fell in the first 10-15 seconds. That's a beautiful pop flash, and Caesar's going to try and jump on top of that one. Gets the first frag down. He's going to get pushed right here, and he pulls out the Tech 9. There we go, and he gets both of the kills without dropping. On 12 HP, beautiful play from him. 7-0 to Na'Vi. And Gamers2, they are looking like they're out of ideas already. Getting that first kill, really thought this was the moment where Gamers2 turn this half around, but it's been anything but. Guardian with the opening pick onto Maniz. Oh, gets picked up by Mihu. And Gamers2 start to move towards 8, albeit slowly. They have themselves Zeus, who's peering into Palace. Flamey, back on CT boxes. And Guardian, who is in connector and can easily move his way back around again at short notice. So this is setting up to be a fairly horrific round for Gamers2, unless they can get a pick right here, right now. Guardian did show himself for a couple moments there. That smoke is going to extinguish the Molotov, and now they're going to look to push through Mihu with a lovely shot onto Guardian. Doesn't connect it onto Flamey, which probably felt like he should have done, and suddenly Azinho goes for a team kill onto Innocent, and all Gamers2 end up dying. Nice shot from Mihu. Mao's with the team kill, that's never a good thing. Never ever a good thing. So they're going to go and force this buy up again, but only having themselves 2 smokes, 1 HE, bare bones in terms of flashbangs. Mihu is pushing mid with the bomb carrier Maniz. Grenades are going to greet them, and that grenade hit Maniz in the chops. That's him down to 49 HP already. And they need a hero. They need someone to really step up to the plate here and deliver from Gamers2. They need someone to inspire the rest of the team, because inspiration seems to be wholly lacking. They just got out of a game with Penta, which I believe they lost, so I wonder how much that's weighing on their mind. It could prove to be problematic, but Seas drops down into window from ladder room and gets a second frag onto me, who was looking to try and push onto jungle. There's Flamey with a quick flick onto the head of Innocent, and before you know it, familiar territory for Gamers2 I should say. 3 on 2. Maniz has just been picked off, and there's Seas with a headshot to the AK. And this is the thing with Na'Vi, when they're on form, they are very, very difficult to crack on CT side. Immensely difficult to beat. And we're seeing pretty much everybody on form. They are a formidable team. Double AWP setup still. Loads of money in the bank. Guardian 14-3. Seized 9-0. Has yet to die. Immortal Seized. Guardian gets double naded in window. That's him 6 foot under momentarily. Sees not to have not died in 9 rounds pretty much paints the picture. That is this map in a nutshell. So Gamers2 have to try and go back to that drawing board and come up with something special here, because so far everything has been read perfectly from Na'Vi. It's like they've read the script, they've been in the right positions, they've struck at the right time. It also helps when no one's missing shots, like Flamey's consistently landing those AWP shots. It is an eco push. You're expecting Zeus to go huge, but he gets himself 2 lovely frags, and there is Mouse to bring this back onto a 2-on-1. But again, Edward with the AWP says, whatever you can do, I can do just as well. 10-0. And C still hasn't died. How would I feel about a full Negev Navi? Disrespect, I think. Gamers2, they're a very good team. They are very good. They're just not showing it right now. And there's 2 ways of looking at it. One is to say Gamers2 have been uninspired. They've not been performing well. But Na'Vi have been performing so damn well. I don't think you can take anything away from them. Flamey gets caught out from Maniz. Maybe the confidence is brewing a bit too much here. Pushing an aggressive position with the AWP. I understand the idea, but it doesn't matter because, again, Gamers2 get the opening pick, but they haven't done anything with it. Maybe this is a time that they do turn it round. Innocent with a headshot onto Zeus. And the bomb has been planted. This 3-on-3. They desperately need to win this round. And if they want any chance at bringing back Mirage. That's a nice headshot from Innocent. Edward peering every millimetre. And does get it. And Seized is also moving into position. So it's back onto a 2-on-2. The bomb has been ticking. So time itself is now an adversary of Na'Vi, and they have to be very careful about that one. Pop flash through. Minis. He's going to get the double kill at the end. And Gamers2 finally. Welcome to the scoreboard. Easy rebuy from Na'Vi. They got so much money. They're laughing at this point. That's what Gamers2 need. They have to keep this up. As I said, momentum is crucial. They've lost their round loss bonus now. Gamers2 just came off a 4-hour match against Penta. There you go. As I said, they just lost the match. They could be absolutely drained mentally at this stage. So, 10-1. If they can pull this back to a 10-5, this is very doable for them. Set piece onto B site. Flashes are plenty there. Sees once again. Molotov's through. Sees gets the opening frag though onto Sparrow. And then he's going to put a bit of a halt nut and maybe derail the juggernaut that is Gamers2. However, Maniz comes back, gets himself a kill. Mihu's managed to push his way through connector. There's one frag onto Guardian. That's going to open up things nicely onto this site. But there's the rat-a-tat-tat of the auto sniper, courtesy of Zeus. Flamey is in the right position to strike. And again, he puts bullets to faces with a double headshot. Maniz is not long for this world. Seized with snaking his way around like a predator, ready to strike. 11-1. And what did I say? You've got to keep momentum going. Now they've got 2 players and 1.6k or thereabouts. They've got Maniz, who's got plenty of money. Sparrow, who's got enough to buy. The rest of the team is absolutely broke. And that, in a nutshell, ladies and gents, is why it's so brutal to be on the receiving end of a battering. Because even when you do get that light at the end of the tunnel, sometimes it just turns out to be a train. I think train is an apt description of Na'Vi. They have just been ploughing along. Zeus with the MP7 frag. Sparrow comes back, and there's Maniz as well. This is a good round for Gamers2. Well, they do lose a player in return, so it's back onto a 2-on-2 situation. Edwards being tagged up, not entirely sure from where. Mihu should have had that kill. That was a crucial moment. But Edward is down onto 4 HP. They actually need the sandwich, which is not the position that Sparrow's at. He's on Tetris. There's the first kill onto the heavily wounded Edward. And the second as well from Sparrow. Nicely done, clutching that round out. Maybe there is still life left in the Polish team. If they can take it 11-4, it's still possible. So, clutch out of thin air. That work that Mihu did onto Edward proved to be vital after all. Even though he died, I thought that round was all but lost. For the Poles, they do bring it back. And very nicely too. This tactic hasn't really paid off for them so far. This B push. They go in, they throw a couple grenades, and then typically they get forced back. And Edward's got a mag 7, so this is what you expect to see from him. He switches across to his USP. He is going to get killed, but he headshots Maniz, and that could be huge for the CTs. They are losing players left, right, and centre, though, from Gamers2, who seem to have woken from their slumber. The bomb's going to get planted. There's 3 players. In fact, all 4 players are heavily, heavily tagged. But I'm not sure how much the CTs know about this one. And honestly, with players of this caliber, they will just get crossfires down anyway, so you don't really get a chance to pick anyone off. And that's one of the main reasons why I think Flamey and Guardian are just going to save their weapons up. Especially as you can see, whereas before a few players had 16k, they're now scraping the bottom of the barrel, economically speaking. So they have to save these weapons up if they want to pick up the final round of the half. 11-3 to Gamers2. Which, this is going to sound like a really weird thing to say, is not that bad a scoreline when you consider it was 10-0 at one stage. I know, it sounds crazy, but bear with me. In the last 4 rounds, Gamers2 have won 3 of them. But, make no mistake, Na'Vi, even if this goes 11-4, Na'Vi have had a phenomenally strong half. Minis coming through Palace. There is Zeus to his right hand side. He spots Zeus and does finally get that kill. And that could give the green light to Gamers2, who didn't show this level of ruthlessness, this ruthless aggression early on. And I think that's one of the reasons why they found themselves at such a huge deficit. Better late than never, I guess. The bomb's been planted. Edward is going to try and back with a FAMAS kill off his own. Here come the grenades back and forth between the teams. That's a nice shot from Innocent. And there we go, 11-4. Did I say in the last 2 rounds? I meant the last 4. Yeah, 10 out of 10 caster. Report me for maths. I can maths, honestly, guys. In the last 4 rounds, they've won 3, is what I was going for. My apologies. 11-4 for Na'Vi. Not a terrible half for Gamers2, considering, I guess. But still, Na'Vi will be certainly the happier of the sides. Over onto T side now. Let's see how they approach. I'm always reading the chat, dude. I'm very interactive with chat when I'm casting. It's just this game has been very interesting. There's not been too many moments to pause, and that's one of the reasons I love Mirage so much. It's such an interesting map to watch for me personally. Same with Overpass. I'm really happy with these 2 map choices. Yeah, Mirage was picked by Na'Vi. Gamers2 picked Overpass, which Na'Vi lost against Copenhagen Wolves 2 days ago in overtime. So maybe singling that one out. That map as a potential Achilles heel for Na'Vi. Alrighty. Across the board we're having some action. Mihu turns his back just at the wrong time, but still gets a kill onto Seized. And this is around Gamers2 desperately need, and that could be the moment because Mihu's gone. And he's connected the dots onto Edward's forehead as well, and could be doing the same to Zeus. It's Maniz that now comes in, and Zeus is caught between a rock and a hard place in connector. Where does he go from this point? They have completely surrounded him. Mouse is looking from connector from A. Mihu is in short. And the final player of Maniz was looking on window, but he's now moved back to A. The bomb is down on A as well. This is a really difficult situation for Zeus to clutch out, but he's got 27 seconds to do so, and 58 HP. With Kevlar and a Tech 9. He's been spotted and tagged up from Maniz. As he crosses, you expect him to fall down here. Surely he can't clutch this one. This would be heartbreaking for Gamers2. He's down now to 1 HP. It's not the 1 HP dream. And down he goes. 11-5. And I've got a question. If Mihu had have got the drop there, would that round have been different? Would Na'Vi have came out 12-4? It's those close claustrophobic situations that can make or break rounds. And now Gamers2 have themselves FAMAS's MP9, MP7 against a 4-spy from Na'Vi who have committed to this one. Deagle, 2 Deagles actually, and 3 Tech 9s. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. That's awesome. Anyway, Na'Vi going to be going through mid. Flamey taking point. Have a look at this from Maniz, getting a lot of information. He pushed all the way through into B apps, but meanwhile across the other side Zeus is trying to push his way through connector. Maniz with the headshot. Innocent chimes in as well, but I'm going to keep it on board with Zeus because I feel like this could be a huge, impactful moment, and he does die, and that's pretty much the end of the round. I thought from his position, if you can get a frag on towards A, maybe they can try and push into the site and get round the back of Gamers2, but wasn't to be the case. And we find ourselves in 11-6, and a very comfortable round in the end as well from Gamers2. So that's going to keep their bank flowing and their economy flowing in the right direction. Meanwhile, Na'Vi are be back to bare bones. Economy round. They are going for a full economy, barring Flamey, who's gone for a P250. But no grenades. No shenanigans. And it is going to be a fast push from Na'Vi onto 8. And the bomb's been planted through that smoke. So pretty huge from Na'Vi, and they get themselves 2 kills. This is definitely a successful round, especially as they pick themselves up a 3rd kill. Surely, Gamers2 can't let this one slip through the fingers. They got themselves 2 kills in retaliation. Edward's going to drop as well. And yes, Gamers2 win the round, but Jesus, they made the dog's dinner out of that one. That was a full economy from Na'Vi. They got the bomb plant and 3 kills. That is a successful economy round.
Bomb has been defused. Counter-terrorists win.
Why have I haven't heard of you before? I've casted a lot of CSGO. On a lot of different streams. I also casted the Gfinity CS Masters last time around. Unfortunately, I won't be there this time. You've probably heard me before, dude, but you just didn't know my name. Hopefully you're enjoying yourself. It's going to be full buy-up for Na'Vi. And Gamers2, they are clinging on for dear life. I said 11-4 might be good enough as long as they start off the second half in a strong fashion. And to be fair to them, barring a couple of slip-ups in that last round, they have done just that. No early casualties. I say that just as 2 players go down. Curse of the Commentator strikes again. Flamey and Maniz, camera please, thank you, are the first 2 to fall. I did cast COD 4 indeed. Long time ago. Me, who's going to get pushed from... Oh, Edward does get picked off. I thought he had that kill in the bag. And Innocent is now trying to retake this site. He's done just that onto Seized. Zeus from short. Guardian is in B-apps. And Innocent is going to get Molotov. He's going to have to move. And that's going to be right into the crosshairs of Zeus. Bomb gets planted. 2-1-2, 40 seconds, plenty time to play with. There is an AWP and an M4 on the side of Gamers2. Sparrow with the AWP, gets it through the wall in the forehead of Guardian. That is a huge, huge moment in this round. Surely Zeus cannot pull off this 1v2. Let's take it from his perspective. He hears the bomb being defused, and he's looking towards B. Okay, that bomb's probably going to get defused right now unless he sprays through, and he's not going to do so. Sparrow gets the kill. And Gamers2 pick themselves up yet another round. Thanks, Oni Salat. Hope I'm saying that right. And put I'm the king. Cheers. Paused. Match again. We've seen that screen quite a few times today. Fortunately, I think we're going to have an unpause soon. Caster sounds like DDK. Really? I haven't heard that before, I don't think. I've heard that I sound like Joe Miller a lot. Not DDK. I mean, I take it. I like the casters. You guys are ridiculous. Anyway, 20th round, 11-8. Who would have thought this would be the scoreline after it went 10-0 in Na'Vi's favour on CT side? Gamers2 have certainly pulled this one back. They still got a little way to go. But they certainly started off and they built the foundations in which they can make this comeback a reality. That was Flamey, I believe, pushing into B-apps. There we go. There is a player behind him, which is Mihu on short. Zeus nading up into the window. Not really going to connect. He eats 6 points of damage from the grenade. It was thrown from connector area. Flamey still in apps. Looks as though this is going to be a push on to B. And this is a bit of a slow rotate, I've got to say. Innocent should be now pushing through and trying to close the gap because this has been called, surely, from the CTs. And this lapse in concentration could cost them huge because Mihu's fallen down and there is nobody to fill in the gaps. Finally, Innocent is in kitchen. But it's too little too late. The bomb's gone down. He's run out of bullets, but Sparrow is there, offering a helping hand. And thank God from Innocent's perspective that he was there to do just that. Otherwise, Innocent was a dead man. Zeus watching from short. C's still on the site. Lots of gunfire is going to be coming out right now from short and kitchen, I should say. And Innocent does get the upper hand onto Edward, and now it's a one-on-one. He's going to have to go for this site, and this is very doable. Flamey's going to peek. He's trying to play the time, and he will get the headshot onto Innocent, who was looking up into B-Apps. He's looking into the window. Had half an eye on short as well. And Gamers2 do lose their first round here on the CT side. Now it's 4 in a row. BD Shadow, very, very little. I commentate because I enjoy it. It's a passion. I've been doing it for 6 or 7 years. You don't really make any money from it, dude. Just a little bit of real talk from me to you. Unless you're at the top of the game and you're doing loads of lands and stuff, there's very little money to be made. Either way, back into the game. Gamers2, they have gone for a Force Buy, which so far has not paid off for them. Mihu's been picked up. They do have themselves a scout on the board. On Sparrow. Flamey is going to be on the receiving end of said scout. But he was the only player on A running interference, trying to be a real pain in the backside. While the rest of Na'Vi start to tighten the noose onto B site. They have dropped the bomb. There is the 1D from Edward, and Seed from Apps goes huge. Sparrow very nearly is on the receiving end of another 1D. He's trying to scout across, but there's just too many players for him to deal with. There we go. They're actually going to walk through the window into his sights. I'm a bit surprised there that Guardian did that. I am a bit surprised. Na'Vi are going to throw down the bomb in the sense of the Zeus for his teammates, so we can keep that position. It is a very good one in this circumstance. He thinks there could be someone pushing around to short. They still haven't planted the bomb. There's 23 seconds to go. And now that scout has been traded up and upgraded for an AK-47. And suddenly Gamers2 go from a position that looked terrible to a position that looks very, very good. Seized. Last remaining player still thinks that someone may be short. He does get the frag, but he's not going to get the second one. Onto Seized. Sorry, onto Mazzino, I should say. He's dropped so low from that previous player. And I think the turning point of that round really was Guardian running through the window at Sparrow, knowing that he had the scout trained on the window. To me, that seemed like quite an odd play. Maybe they thought, well, there's strength in numbers, we'll rush through together, boys, we got this in the bag. But when Guardian dies, he drops the AK, Sparrow picks it up, 2-on-2, suddenly, out of nowhere, Gamers2 have a real chance at clutching that round, and that's exactly what happened. Maybe just getting carried away with the situation. I don't bet on teams. Astro, I didn't quite catch your entire name there. Sorry, dude. Chat's going too fast. Meanwhile, Mouse is going to go ahead and pick himself up 2 frags, make that 3, nearly 4. The one-man army, in effect. He falls down, but in doing so, he's given a free round to Gamers2. One that could have been a whole lot more difficult. Na'Vi going to pick themselves up some weapons now. They've got themselves an AWP on Guardian, as you'd expect. Astronaut APT is your name. There you go. Thank you. I know I don't bet on teams. I definitely don't bet on teams I cast, because then, you know, even subconsciously, without me realising, I'd probably be biased towards a team. I never really want to do that. Sparrow, first frag to Esbanese as well from underground, playing a very aggressive position that clearly caught Seized off guard. It's important to mix those positions up, and Sparrow raining out with the AWP onto ramp, and before you know it, Gamers2 are so close to pulling this back to a 1-round deficit. And remember, or for those of you that have just joined, Na'Vi were winning this one 10-0. But maybe I've spoken too soon, because Edward channels his inner twist from the first map that we casted this evening, where he dropped like a 30 bomb in super quick time and gets himself 2 frags. He could be finding himself on the receiving end of Mihu's M4. Nope, just about jumps around the corner. But the information has been shouted out to the rest of his team, so you can see the CTs are holding fast on this site. And Edward, thinking he could maybe dart back towards T-spawn and try and rotate through mid, or maybe even to B, suddenly finds himself dead and buried. Zeus, 65 HP to his name. He has himself a mixed bag of grenades, but it's not going to matter because Mouse from Shadow. Easy peasy, headshot. Match pause. Not too sure what the reason for that is. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it is going to be quickly rectified. Daddy-o, this is one of the most even maps in CSGO. Yep, I think it is. I don't think you can take one result and say that it's heavily CT favoured. It just seems to me that Na'Vi and Gamers2 perform much better on the CT side. There's been a lack of inspiration on the T side from both teams. Gamers2 were really poor on T side, but they've definitely woken up. Thanks, Juten. Thank you. BD Shadow, what's up? I don't bet, Little Panda. I've bet maybe 5-10 times in the last year, or however long CSGO Lounge has been around for and prominent. I don't really bet. I don't have that much money to throw away on skins, to be honest with you. This is the first game, I'm just Kyle. Indeed, it is 0-0. Maps are Mirage and Overpass. This is Na'Vi's choice of map. Overpass, of course, is Gamers2 choice of map. Nibs, they do have a good T side, but this game they have not really been putting it to good use. I don't think there's any doubting that, considering that Gamers2 have picked themselves up on the CT side 7 rounds, and Na'Vi have picked up 1. Where am I from? Near Newcastle. There's some frequently asked questions below, guys. May help you with some questions that you have. If it doesn't, then feel free to answer them and, well, not answer them, ask them. It'd be weird if you're answering them. And I'll do my best to get on top of that. But I think we do have an unpause coming soon. Sparrow said 1 sec. Thanks a lot, Flame. Flames BDA. Thank you. Am I allowed to bet? I think so. I just choose not to. I don't sound like a majority, I know. I moved around a lot as a kid because my dad was in the military. But I was born here and I live here again now. Anyway, we are live into the 24th round. Na'Vi Gamers2. It's been a real back and forth, seesaw, streaky game. It seemed that Gamers2 have came good at the right time. So back to an eco round for Na'Vi. Tech-9s, P250s. Couple flashbangs on seized. That may indicate that they're going to try a B rush, especially as they have the bomb. They'd normally drop it around T-spawn if they're going to play slow and steady. And here comes the flashes. But no. There is not a push after it because of the Molotov and because they ate a lot of damage themselves from the grenade. Guardians down at 17, seized on 29. Meanwhile, Edward has used this opportunity to strike in window. Gets 1 before Innocent is there to shut him down. Zeus tries to peek out the connector, and there is Mouse to get his double. Flamey from Palace coming out of the woodwork with Na'Vi. But Gamers2, the Exterminators, are having none of it today. Guardian in connector, goodbye. Innocent on the boost. Up on boxes. Easy as you like. Now leave seized in a 1-on-4. He has the bomb. He may try a sneaky beaky plant. But Mouse surely is going to hear him if he drops. He's trying to use every second and hope that the CTs go hunting for him towards T-spawn maybe. But no, Mouse is way too disciplined for that to work. And there's a 12-12. Another buy-up round imminent from Na'Vi. But again, that is 1 round that they've picked up in 9 on their T side. I was wondering if the previous loss that Gamers2 suffered to Penta was going to throw them off here, if they were too mentally drained to perform, but that's definitely not been the way this last 15 or so minutes has gone. And Sparrow gets the first frag. There's Mihu as well. And already 2 weapons have disintegrated from Na'Vi. Zeus is down to 33 HP. They don't have a lot of grenades to use either. They have no smokes left. Just flashbangs and 1 HE on Flamey. And when you consider that all 5 players from the polls are on full HP themselves, this is looking really precarious at best. And Zeus, and there is 1 kill in retaliation. He's going to look towards Wyndham. Nice kill there in the head of Innocent. He's trying to do as much economic damage as possible because there's very little chance in him clutching this round out for his team. Let's take it on with him as he's about to get shot in the back from the knees. There you go. Oh, sorry, if you hear like a little banging noise, it's because I'm moving in my chair. I apologise, I'll try to stop doing that. It's like I'm rocking back and forth. I don't even realise I'm doing it half the time. I'm sorry. So Galils and AKs for Na'Vi. The round loss bonus is real for them, so they are going to be able to buy up most rounds here, but the problem is that they aren't able to get an AWP on the side, or in the hands of Guardian, who is a real difference maker with that weapon. And he's had minimal impact on the T side as a result of that. I'm banging the chair. Kappa. So Zeus down to 49. Sees is going to try once again to snake his way into the apps. Mihu. Oh, Mihu. Oh, Mihu. Deary me. He should have had that kill 4 or 5 times at least. And that could, well, maybe prove to be a bit painful. But Innocent does rectify his mistake. And now with that shot from Sparrow onto Connector, Zeus just witnessed his teammate die in front of his eyes. He is going to have a quick peek though. And Sparrow was caught completely unawares. Now Guardian's going to push in. Could this be the moment where Na'Vi suddenly start to come back into this game? We saw on the T side of Gamers2, it wasn't until the last 5 or 6 rounds that they really started to wake up. And maybe Na'Vi are going to do the same thing here. 30 seconds. They have the player advantage. They don't have any smokes or grenades to use. And that's a really weird position to try and plant, I've got to say. Because that was totally vulnerable to Connector, which is where they end up dying. And from a position they should probably be winning, they could end up losing now. 15 seconds. They do finally have a smoke, and they are going to get this bomb planted. Or are they? Because Guardian's going to get pushed from the right-hand side of Innocent. Innocent comes through, gets the kill. And that was all down to them trying to plant the Connector. The position's good if you can get it down, because you can cover it from Palace, Ramp, Connector, CT boxes. There's a plethora of places that you could be. But the issue is getting that bomb planted. And by planting it in that place, they lost the player, the bomb was dropped. And they pretty much threw the round. I am very, very surprised. Very, very surprised indeed. So, and that being said, Mihu gets caught napping, pushing on short. And Seized gets himself fragged down as well. 1 kill apiece. Sparrow's grenade lands on the forehead of Zeus. Flamey comes back with a nice little 1 click to the forehead of Sparrow. And again, Na'Vi have the player advantage, but I've already said this a bunch of times on T side, and it hasn't made a difference because Gamers2 have been clutching left, right, and centre. They have lost minis, and so therefore it's all on Innocent. He knows a player's on short. He can hear Flamey spraying across towards Connector. Does get that kill. And he's done it cleanly as well. Still has 100% of his HP remaining. 2 flashbangs and a defuse kit. This is very, very possible. Guardian gives his position away. Shows his hand maybe prematurely. But it is a 2-on-1. Oh my goodness, Guardian, what are you doing? That's going to be a kill surely. He knows where he is. Finally gets that kill. And now it's a 1-on-1. The problem is that the bomb is very close to detonating, so it's going to be a fake from Innocent. He doesn't get the kill onto Edward. And that will be around to Na'Vi. They're second on the T side. But again, that was so close. Clutch or kick. Either way, Gamers2 can buy back up again. They've got themselves an AWP in the hands of Sparrow. Still no AWP for Na'Vi in Guardian's hands. They simply do not have the funds to do so. Looks as though this push is destined for a potential B, but we have seen that Na'Vi have flirted with this idea a bunch of times already. They typically will see if they can get a pick, and if they don't, they'll pull themselves back towards mid or short and try and work B from another angle. They haven't really liked A too much, and I feel that could be becoming predictable for Gamers2. They've heard the running in now. It's like elephants all through apps. And it's too easy for Mihu. He's got himself 2 frags. And there's many seconds. And now Innocent from Kitchen gets himself 1. It's a 3-on-2 once again. Na'Vi are going to get the first kill. But the bomb has still not been planted. It's been taken to benches. Guardian's going to throw in his smoke to kitchen and a grenade as well, just for good measure. That lands right by the feet of Sparrow. He's down to 67 now. The plant is coming in. It is faked, actually, from Guardian. He's hoping that Sparrow will push through the kitchen, but what Na'Vi don't know is that mouse is moving into close proximity, and he gets himself the first shot off, and the second as well to Gamers2. And there was a moment there where I feel that Na'Vi could have planted the bomb. When they went to benches, had they have just gone to the site and planted, then all the pressure's on Gamers2. But they played themselves into a place where they were trying to bait out Gamers2 too much. They were trying to get that first pick so they could put it in. I don't know what just happened there. GoTV decided to skip forward about 30 seconds. We have just seen C's pick up 2 sick frags with the scout on the eco round. Well, it's the force spy round, I should say. It's 2 map points that they're trying to save. Need this kill. They really need this kill onto Mouse so they can open up this site. It's not going to happen just yet. Mouse eats 59 hit points of damage. Meanwhile, Miku on Guardian. Very tense round. Flamey's picked himself up the scout. There is a primary now on Zeus. I believe he just got an M4. I swear I saw him walk over an M4. Nope, that wasn't him. That was Flamey. So Flamey trading his scout for the M4. While his teammate Zeus does fall down. Nice headshot. This is to save Mirage for Na'Vi. 30 seconds. He spotted Mouse, but Mouse of course spots him as well. Drops him down to 72. And meanwhile, Manise is still on B site. Molotov connects. The bomb's back in mid. 20 seconds to play with. Na'Vi have 15 seconds. He has to commit to the A site. And Mouse knows it. He's still trying to bait out players. And he's going for the plant. But it's Short now that comes across. And Flamey gets caught off guard. And that's going to be 16-13 for the first map. Na'Vi were 10-0 up in that map. It's their choice.